Ja.
Reparerat rekvisit.
3, 2, 1, stöt!
Turn the cross, turn the boat upside down. Muddy skies, bottom clear.
Spark! Arm, spark!
I don't know if it is because I grew up next to it, I live next to it. I always been close to water. If you go through the catalog, I never get away from water. Maybe that has something to do with it. Or maybe it's just that it's such a low-hanging fruit, because it can be anything, everything, nothing.
Down with oars, row us home, Captain Go.
When Tim came with the stuff that became Captain Goat, those guitars took me to a dark, interesting place, and it quickly grew on me that the darkness were waves. And the very first words that were written was just a deep he-hoo, he-hoo. And from there go he who knows the boat. Through the years, we have done very often very open interpretations of our songs when making music videos. With Captain Goat is probably our most literal one.
So my first thought was that the video needs to feature a goat and the goat needs to be a captain. So once that was settled, I began doing some rough sketches for everything. So next off was creating a setting for it.
Traveling through that dark underworld, that inner soul-side journey together with Captain Goat and all that symbolizes.
So he's out on this journey towards this goal that you don't know what it is. And on this journey, he actively chooses not to interact. When he sees Henrik as a mermaid, and obviously finds him attractive, he shields his eyes because he's like, no, I can't be distracted by this. I'm on this mission, I'm on this journey to reach some sort of end with my briefcase, and that's more important than everything. And this continues, and when he sees Jonas being tied to the rock, that's actually from Norse mythology, by the way. Loke was tied to a rock in a similar fashion.
Den ser hardcore ut. Sitter den bra förresten?
And when he passes him, he can very easily just climb up there, cut him loose, bring him along in his boat. But he chooses not to, for the same reason. I mean, he's on this journey and can't let anything interfere with that. By going after hollow goals and hollow things and giving up stuff on the way, it's like, is it really worth it? Or, because you never know, I mean, you can die tomorrow, you can never know that. But when you are there and you stare that moment in the face, it's like, okay, this is it, I'm dying. Do you really want to feel like, okay, I gave up everything for chasing this hollow dream? And then you die and it was like, oh fuck, I wasted my life. I think that sums up the video very well, the theme of it.
som gör ett kliv med benet där liksom.
The way I chose the colors, I wanted to go with very earth-like tones for this because I think the song itself carries a lot of weight and it's slow and it's heavy. So I wanted to go with a lot of blues and then contrast that with a lot of brown, earthy tones. So that kind of runs through the whole video. What I think inspired me the most is this film. It's a classic from 1948.
Miss Page, what do you want from life? To live?
To dance.
Letting Captain Goats be the first taste people get of this album, I think is just a perfect fit for the reason that it's Avatar. You know it's Avatar, you know when you hear it. You know when you see it. But at the same time, nothing is the same. Everything changes, and it's Avatar like you've never heard us and never seen us. And that is the great promise we make to ourselves, each and every time. And each and every time we find a way to outdo ourselves. For our own sake, and for all of your sake. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, there are certain honors in the world that you only get when you've done excellent service for your nation, for your people, for your friends, you know. Purple Hearts if you get wounded in war, you get knighted if you're Paul McCartney. Certain highest honors, each country has their own. And I'm glad to finally have achieved something that I never done before in my life and that I've been missing. This, ladies and gentlemen, is Badaren. Would also be known as the big one. Mom, I made it.